You are listening to Offensive Lines with Marlon and Boyd. Small stakes NFL gambling for the average fan.
Welcome to Offensive Lines. I'm Marlon.
I'm Boyd.
And this is our Week 16 pick show. These last 2 weeks are hard.
Yeah, somewhat.
You got to
I think
deal
we'll
with.
Be all right.
Yeah.
We got to deal with what?
Got to deal with motivation and playoff pictures a little bit more than typical. So that always adds factors. Though that doesn't necessarily mean anything. I mean, Green Bay started Matt Flynn, and the Lions needed the win for a home playoff game or go to New Orleans when they were at the height of their powers. And we saw what happened there.
Yeah.
So, all right. That said, we're coming off a 2-0-1 week. Let's continue making some money.
I'm good with that.
Okay. And I think that brings us to that time again.
It's motherfucking game time!
That's right. Motherfucking game time. First up, we have the Christmas Eve special. San Diego +5 at Oakland.
The battle of which team's going to LA first. And it sounds like the Chargers. But I like Oakland in this game.
Do you?
Yeah.
I actually think 5 is too much. The way Oakland's
they killed
been
San
playing,
Diego before.
Carr's been just terrible for the last 4 weeks. Just brutal.
But they're always in the games, and San Diego isn't that good.
But they've been playing pretty well against opposition, which is similar. You know, they played well against Denver. They played well against KC, both better than Oakland. I just don't see Oakland laying 5.
Well, San Diego has Danny Woodhead and Antonio Gates. Poor offensive line. Khalil Mack for Oakland will be big in the game. I don't think they can cover the receivers that Oakland has. They've had trouble all year covering decent receivers.
Not for the last month, really.
I would say Osweiler in Denver isn't really a test. I think Carr's better than Osweiler.
He sure hasn't shown it lately, Boyd. Absolutely fucking stunk for the last month. So maybe he'll turn it around. Season sweeps, it's possible, but I don't know. It's a divisional game.
San Diego blew their load last week against Miami. Emotional game. A short week before Christmas. Taking the home team. They always win these Thursday. 80% of these Thursday games go to the home team. It doesn't matter the travel. Give me Oakland playing the odds, and I'm playing the fact that San Diego's defense isn't that good.
Okay. All right. Next up, we have Washington +3 at Philly.
I don't mind this game.
I don't hate it, but I have maybe a slightly different idea in my head for this one.
Oh, God. You suck picking the Eagles. You can't be wanting them.
No. What I'm thinking, though, is as a sort of hedge on our KC to win the division, that we put this game and Denver, we take Washington and Denver on a 6-point tease. We're still getting a 2.5-point range, for Cincy to win. But what we'd do is we'd cover our bet if our worst case scenario, because if Denver wins, we're likely not cashing that bet. It's kind of a futures hedge.
Well, let's see. Where's the Denver game?
It's the Monday night.
They're minus 3.5.
So if we tease them 6, they're plus 2.5. And so if Denver wins at all, then we're going to, assuming Washington can come through, and we'd be getting Washington plus 9.
Why don't we just take Washington plus 3 and Denver to win on the money line?
The money line's 180. A $10 bet would only pay us $15.
Yeah, but the hedge isn't going to pay anything more.
If we
because
hedge,
the odds drop significantly when you add the tees in.
No, but a 2-team tease pays the same as a 1-game straight bet.
Let me see.
The 2-team 6-point tease will pay about $19.
Let's see. Where is the tease on here?
I'm not too sure.
Oh, teaser, there it is. Okay. We've never done one, so.
On 365, no.
Pays $18.33 on a $10 bet.
Okay, so it would pay. Yeah, we could just take Denver straight up. I mean, Washington will be in the mix somehow for sure. I'm going to put that down. That we're both on Washington.
Let's see if we just do Washington plus 3 and Denver at 180, what it pays.
Oh, as a parlay.
Well, yeah.
Okay, I was thinking just bet them on separate tickets when you said it. I wasn't following you. Sorry.
It pays more. Plus 197, so that's like 1970. Isn't
not
it?
A bunch more, and we're not getting. You see, we still have the option for Cincy to win by 1 or 2 points, which is becoming more common. Plus, we're getting the extra 6 on Washington. For $1, I don't mind that.
Yeah, but would that be 29.70 at plus 197?
No, plus 100 is
20.
Yeah, okay.
It'd be 29.70.
Yeah.
Because do we think A.J. McCarron's going to beat that Denver defense?
That's exactly why I want to hedge our KC bet.
And if KC happens to win and Denver happens to lose, well, I'll eat the $10 and we'll make it back, hopefully, on the Kansas City bet.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what I meant, like, if that happens. But if Denver wins, I'm trying to protect us against that happening, killing our bet, because, as you said, we're going to ride that down. Well,
yeah, 3.5. See, 18. Yeah, see at 18.33, the tees just, unless you do a 3-teamer, it doesn't pay. Do we throw Carolina in and make it a 3-teamer?
No,
get them down to -1.
Crazy. 2-team teases are mathematically not ridiculous.
Well, yeah, but Carolina -1.
Okay, well, let's put it this way: we've got it out there. Let's think about it. Go through the games, and when we come to the end, we'll decide what we're going to do.
Okay.
All right. So I put us both down on Washington and put that in the mix.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Next game up, Carolina -7 at Atlanta.
This should be a no-brainer at -7. The Falcons shouldn't score more than 17 points.
Well, they lost Tyrann Mathieu. Oh, no, that's Arizona. What am I saying?
Arizona.
You see, one thing that worries me was Cam left for a bit. And if I'm the coaching staff...
The Atlanta doesn't have a pass rush anywhere close to this. They're going for 16-0. As cocky and brash as they are, they're not slowing down.
But they're not allowed to carry their motivational baseball bat onto the field anymore.
Oh, there's been tons of times that's been done.
Oh, I know. I just thought that was hilarious.
Although the guy did walk up, like he's going to hit Odell Beckham with the bat on the field in front of fucking thousands of people. Like, come on.
Yeah, I tend to agree you shouldn't bring weaponry to the sidelines, but I don't think that fully explains what happened during the rest of the game.
What's the difference about
week.
having an axe in the locker room? No, but they've had axes in the locker room for just like chopping wood and all that shit.
That's at your team facility. That's...
Well, what's the difference? Fucking Geno Smith got his jaw broke. If they had a fucking axe in the locker room, would he have taken an axe to him?
Possible. Unlikely, I think. But
well, that's the same likelihood of somebody hitting somebody with a baseball bat. And then they floated out the rumor that he said gay slurs or something. Ugh.
Yeah, they're trying to.
Yeah, get a suspension lifted.
Yeah. Which I don't think they will.
No. The only play that got him suspended was when he fucking dove at Norman's head. That was the suspendable play. Everything else he wouldn't have got suspended for. But if you try and pretend you care about head injuries, you got to suspend him on that.
I agree.
But
this one's in the mix. I don't love laying 7.
Yeah, but Atlanta's terrible.
Yeah, well, that's unfortunately.
You put Norman on Julio Jones, who's semi-injured. What the fuck's Atlanta got? They have no pass rush, no offensive line. The running game's been stagnant for weeks. That's why I was thinking this one goes in the 3-team tees, and then it's worthwhile. But I don't see how fucking the game that worries me is the Washington one, not the Denver one so much in a 2-team parlay.
Well, then we could tease Carolina. We could tease Carolina into this. Just Carolina and Denver.
Well, no, but then it's not. We're not covering any. We may as well not do it. That's my point. We're not covering anything. We're giving ourselves worse odds for $8 payoff. If we do a 3-team, it's going to pay like 40 to 50. That's my thinking.
No, the 3-team isn't going to pay 40 to 50, Boyd. The 3-team is going to pay $19 profit.
No, the 2-team paid $29.70.
No, that was on the parlay with no tees.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'll pay 30. But that covers what we were going to lose if Kansas City loses. Like for $8, it's not worth the risk. For 20, it is. On a 3-team. Let me just throw that into the old adding machine here and see what it pays. I like where you're head at, though.
Well, yeah, it makes for discussion anyway, and...
Three-team teaser. $26. So we get 16 on a $10 bet.
Yeah, okay, well, that's another option, but I'm not against this game. I think if we're going to play Carolina, I wouldn't mind it being teased somehow.
Yeah. But I'm against it if it's only an $8 profit. Because we're not really covering our Kansas City bet at all then.
Well, we're covering what we wagered on Kansas City. And
yeah, but we could take that
I suppose
right
we
now.
could just, probably get $6
just take the $6
right
now. we're only making 8. Like that, it's not worth it.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. All right, I put us both down for Carolina. I'm a little hesitant, and I put it in the mix, and plus we'll be talking teasers at the end. Fuck.
Yeah, we have one good week. Let's fucking throw everything in the mix. Every game's in the mix so far, except for the Chargers because we can't bet on them.
Well, for 2 reasons. Thursday and the Chargers. All right, that's only 2 games. Next game up, we have Chicago +3 at Tampa Bay.
I don't want to touch this.
I can't figure either of these 2 teams at all. I mean, what you told me about Cutler yesterday, I thought he'd just quit, and you're the only person who's really mentioned that could be why he was a little listless. But they can't...
no, because Cutler gets fucking shit on.
Oh, yeah.
All the time. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. He was called soft for basically not playing through the same injury. They're holding out Mariota for the next 2 weeks. Soft.
Yeah, soft, and I don't get that either, even though Cutler is frustrating as hell and is capable of truly terrible games.
But he's not soft.
Oh, God, no. No, I wouldn't say that. Sometimes he's disinterested, though. Yeah, I don't want to touch this one either. I think I'm going to go with Tampa Bay based solely on Doug Martin.
Yeah,
Chicago hasn't been able to stop the run. Alshon Jeffrey's banged up.
Oh, yeah. That's all they've got.
It's a hamstring, right? And when his hamstring has been out this year, trust me, he's not productive.
Yeah, give me Tampa, too. That was all I needed to hear. Because if he can't go or if he's limited, they have no offense. Forte, that's it. And he's been quiet.
Yeah, he's been very quiet since he returned from injury. And they're still floating in his backup. Like, he's now sharing snaps, which he should be thrilled about because I don't think he's playing in Chicago next year.
No, I don't think that. He's got enough evidence to his body of work that it doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So he might as well stay a little fresher.
Yeah, I don't think he's complaining about his role.
No, I haven't heard a thing. As he said, he's been quiet. So, all right, the next game up, Cleveland +12.5 at KC.
No thanks.
No, that number's way too big for a KC team that's had more than their share of luck through this stretch, even against terrible opponents.
But their defense will do some shit.
Yeah, but you see what happens when a defense stops scoring touchdowns. Denver, right? In almost all of these games, like Raiders, Baltimore, they got at least 1, sometimes 2 defensive scores. So, that's just not an aspect that I think you can count on. Their defense will be okay, but I'm going to take Cleveland in the points.
No, I'm taking Kansas City just based on their defense and karma for our bet.
Okay.
Defense, Cleveland's not that good.
No, they hung pretty tough against Seattle, though, which makes me... I just don't like KC at 12.5 at all. It doesn't get much worse than Cleveland, but this could be any team, and I would think 12.5.
And Cleveland doesn't have much at receiver. Duke Johnson's had flashes, but I look at Cleveland's offense like Baltimore's almost right now. Manziel's going to have turnovers, and they just don't score points.
Yeah, but neither does KC.
They will this week.
Wow, you were just saying San Diego's defense isn't good. We held them to 10.
No. Yeah. Well, in a fucking torrential downpour, I'll cut them a little slack. But, no, the Browns are horrible. And this isn't a division game. Johnny Manziel's probably at the club tonight.
in Missouri. They've already traveled. Yeah, I'll meet you at the hotel. Okay, next up we have Dallas +6 at Buffalo. Don't want to touch this one.
No, I'm taking Buffalo.
Yeah, I agree.
Rookie quarterback for Dallas. And Des Bryant hasn't been involved at all. Really. Dallas's defense hasn't played bad. They've kept him in most of these games that Romo's been out. They've been in them.
Yes.
And they could be fighting for the division title right now if they could have swung a couple of those games.
They must have the most losses this season of under 4 points. I swear.
Oh, just two off the top of my head, Seattle, and then last week against the Jets.
Didn't they lose Tampa Bay by a minuscule number?
Oh, yeah, 10-6. Yeah, on that last 30 seconds, there was 30 seconds left when Winston scored.
Yeah, so I have respect for Dallas, but I also don't like their coach much. And now that they're officially shutting it down, I wonder, that was a Dallas team that still showed some motivation. I'm not certain they will anymore. So,
well, I don't understand. McFadden had 16 rushes for 100 yards. Why didn't he have 25 for 160? I don't get in a tight game like that. What the fuck are you doing? Last year you ran DeMarco Murray into the ground with the best offensive line in football. And all those guys are back. Why aren't you doing the same? It's not like McFadden's a long-term answer at fucking running back.
No, and when I've seen him run, he's looked good, too. It's not that he's getting garbage yards, right, and falling down. He's showing burst. He's showing speed. Yeah, you don't know how long he'll be healthy, but while you're paying him, you might as well use him. But that goes to what I mean about Garrett's not a good coach, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know what the answers are. It's hard for anybody to win games when you've been as injured as the Cowboys have, but especially to the two best players on their team, missed a good portion of the season. So for them to stay in the games, I didn't think their defense would be as good as it showed in a lot of games. Panther game notwithstanding. They're not horrible on defense. If they got I don't even know who's a quarterback that's Tyrod Taylor level of production. They'd be leading the NFC East.
Yep.
But the Manziel will be there next year, so backing up Romo.
Yeah, I mean, just turn into this century's version of the old Raiders.
So,
give us your criminals. Your drunks.
Well, they got to get somebody in there that can replace Romo. He's going to be 37 next year.
Oh, yeah.
And back problems and collarbone. Well, at least he'll be healed. He came back way too soon. But
yeah, the collarbone's one thing, but long-term, when a man has broken vertebrae in his back and has chronic back issues, I don't know how you can really just put down and say with confidence that he's going to be playing 16 games.
Well, I don't know why they brought him back against Carolina. That made no sense. Because they would have still had a shot had they given him another week to heal.
Yeah.
Because the other games were more winnable that they had coming up on their schedule than that one.
And less physical.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
But
so you took Buffalo as well?
Buffalo, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the number a whole bunch, which is why. And this is a battle of two coaches that I think kind of suck. The next game up is off the board. Houston at Tennessee.
Well,
I'm surprised the number didn't go up because I thought
they don't know who's quarterback in Houston. Or in Houston, who's the quarterback? Is it going to be Whedon?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because Yates is in the...
Yates went down.
Yeah, Yates is down.
Hoyer's in concussion.
And Hoyer or Yates doesn't make a great deal of difference to me. I think Hoyer's better, but we're still talking replacement-level quarterbacks.
No, but if Hoyer starts, What's the line? Like 5? I think the line's going to be 3. Houston by 3.
Okay.
Just with Watt hurt, Whedon probably starting, Mettenberger starting for the Titans. We have no wide receivers. Well, Kendall Wright's supposed to be back, but Mettenberger will probably get him killed again. That's why he's been out.
Well, Dorial Green Beckham, he had a good game last week. He got over 100 yards.
Yeah, but we have 2 options to throw the ball to.
Yeah.
And that's a joke that fucking Delaney Walker didn't make the fucking Pro Bowl.
Oh, I didn't even look. I think the Pro
No,
Bowl.
I just saw it on Twitter that Jarrell Casey and Walker were first alternates. And Walker's leading tight ends in receiving yards. And he's not a Pro Bowler. It just blows my mind how they pick it. All the guys that made it are going to the playoffs.
Since I haven't even paid attention to who makes the team ever since LaDainian Tomlinson had like 2,300 all-purpose yards, caught 100 balls, and didn't make the Pro Bowl. So I just said, fine, fuck it.
Hey, when it's all you've got.
No, I can understand being
You'd
pissed
like to
off
see some
about it, but
recognition from, like, he shouldn't just be at the Pro Bowl. He should be fucking in the running for All Pro.
yeah,
Like, right now, I would take him over Eifert. I would take him over Kelsey in Kansas City.
yeah. Just talking AFC guys. Yeah, I agree with.
And that's who they put in the Pro Bowl. Neither of them have the speed of Walker. Eifert's dropped as many balls as he's caught fucking touchdowns.
And not to mention both of those, well, not so much Kelsey, but Eifert benefits from being in a system with a lot of weapons. You can't really say that about Tennessee.
No, he was the fucking main target last week against New England. And he ran away from fucking safeties, which Eifert wouldn't do. Or Kelsey wouldn't do. So
No, and I've seen Kelsey make some brutal drops too, and I don't think Kelsey is nearly as good as the hype. So yeah, that's ridiculous. Gronkowski, I'll live with, you know.
Well, Gronkowski and Olsen deserve it.
Yeah, but
Eifert's there because
Olsen's
of his
NFC.
touchdowns.
I mean, I'm just thinking AFC.
No, but
Gronkowski is fine.
They don't do it but they don't pick like that anymore, really. It's like the top 4 vote getters, I think, or some fucking thing. Because there's no conference play anymore. They draft the teams, remember?
Oh, right. You see, this is how much I pay attention to the Pro Bowl.
No, but it's just he gets no recognition for he's been one of the top 3 tight ends statistically the last couple of years. If the Titans were 10-4 going into this week, he'd be in the fucking Pro Bowl. That's the shitty part. It shouldn't matter what your record is in the fucking Pro Bowl.
No.
Playing with a rookie quarterback, a horrible team, and he's got almost 1,000 yards receiving.
Yeah, and a team which fired his head coach. I mean, a team in turmoil. No, I would never have argued this with you at all. Like, yeah, if you're just listing from all conference, Gronkowski, Olsen, yeah, I would say he should probably be the 3rd pick.
I don't know who else is. Whatever.
Yeah,
I'm taking Houston.
Yeah, and I agree with you on the -3 for Houston spread once this goes up.
Well, they beat Mettenberger the last time. The defense had no problem with them. So,
as you said with Watt, and they have motivation. Tennessee has the opposite of motivation. Looking at maybe the number 1 pick, and again, a coach who won't be the coach of the Titans next year. So I am taking Houston.
Yeah, we'll see what the spread is later in the week.
Yeah,
I can't imagine me changing it unless it gets to Houston like -6.
If it's over a touchdown, I might consider flopping to Tennessee, but that's kind of the number I'd need. All right, the next game is off the board as well. And I kind of hoping they'd at least put a number on this, because you heard me and my opinion of Miami's play. I don't like Indy, But good God, if Indy can't thrash this aquatic mammal, like, I have no idea.
Well, if Indy loses this game, they're pretty much done.
Yeah.
Unless Tennessee pulls a fucking rabbit out of that, Indy's done. I think this game will be -3 as well, once they figure out who's quarterbacking in Indy. I don't even think it matters if it's fucking Whitehurst. Would it be a pick'em then?
No.
Or Miami
Miami's
3?
terrible. I honestly think it's going to be Indy -6.
No.
Regardless of quarterback.
No, that's way too high.
Miami is one of the worst squads I've ever seen.
I know, but it's still, if you're to your third string quarterback and the defense Indy has, they're not going to be laying 6. Hasselbeck starts, it's -3.
All right.
Whitehurst starts, it's going to be closer to a pick'em. But that said, I'm still taking Indy, unless it is if you're right and it's -6, I want the Dolphins. So mark that down on the thing.
Okay.
I'll have to check the line Friday or Saturday.
So I put you down as Indy and then Miami +6. I'm taking Indy
-6.
pretty much regardless.
Oh, yeah, +6, yeah.
I'm taking Indy regardless.
Okay.
Miami's awful.
So is it?
Indy's not great, but they're
Well,
still
if they got
better.
Whitehurst. Oh.
Well, yeah, I didn't watch him last year. You were forced to. All right. Next up, we have New England -3 at the Jets. I don't like this either. I could be swayed on this one. Okay.
I don't mind it. I just, with Gronkowski playing, they've got White playing the Dion Lewis role. With the Jets had problems stopping the run against Dallas. They had problems scoring against Dallas.
Yeah, New England's defense, for not doing anything flashy, is middle of the pack. They're not terrible.
No, they have good corners.
The one
Good
thing
safety.
that frightens me, well, there are two things that frighten me. One is New England's offensive line is like the Chargers' offensive line. They lose another guy every week. I mean,
Yeah,
their
but New England-
record's remarkable considering the injuries they've had this year.
Yeah, but New England knows how to slow down the pass rush. You just start swinging it out to fucking... Because we were getting heat on Brady, the Titans were last week, and then they just started throwing the screen passes to White. That slows the pass rush down pretty quick.
Yeah, fair enough. And then, I mean, Decker and Marshall have actually turned into a pretty good tandem.
Yes, but it's Ryan Fitzpatrick in a big spot. The Jets have to win every game. So they're going to be forcing some things here. I see turnovers.
Oh, so you mean trying to force things and fail?
Yeah. Because whenever he had a big game, he shits the bed, just like I said about the Raiders. Like, that Dallas game was a huge game for them, and they did it fuck all offensively. And do you hear anything on Edelman? I haven't seen anything if he's coming back this week.
So I would guess he's not coming back, but, you know, it's New England, so we won't know until... You know, unless he doesn't make the flight, we won't know until game time.
Yeah, I'd say put this one in the mix. I don't know how many other ones we're going to be
Okay.
thrown.
No, I
but
said
it's just,
I could be swayed. I'm taking New England, too.
Yeah, me too. But it's just... He's still the best quarterback in the league. I don't care what you say about Cam Newton. I'd still take Brady over Newton. All things being equal.
Yeah, unless we're talking about a franchise looking at the next 12 years. That's the only way I would take Newton over Brady. I agree.
Yeah, but if you had to play a game tomorrow, I'm taking Brady. Not a game 4 years from now, but tomorrow, Brady.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Because he's done the same thing they're praising Newton for his whole fucking career, except for a couple of years when he had Randy Moss. Who's Cam Newton throwing to? Well, that's Tom Brady's fucking career.
Yep.
So I don't know how the Jets stop Gronk. I think they can neutralize the pass rush with screenplays.
I'm kind of glad Denver's playing on the Monday night, so New England won't be able to scoreboard watch and pull anybody.
Well, do you not think it would please Belichick a whole bunch to knock the Jets out of the playoffs, too?
It pleases him to beat anyone.
No, but the Jets especially, they're the ones that fucked him. On the whole Spygate and everything when everybody was still doing it.
Yeah, but
like, that's the thing that gets lost.
Doesn't...
No, but here's the thing that gets lost in Spygate. Is that they just put out, everybody was doing it, they put out a league memo to tell everybody to stop the week before. And I'd forgot about that.
Oh, no, I remembered that. They just didn't stop because Belichick, in spite of being a really, really smart guy, somehow misinterpreted the clearest language on the planet.
No, but it's always been made out to be that New England was the only team fucking spying on the other team. That's what I thought.
But here's the thing. Boyd, they put out the memo to all teams in any of these situations, just like the baseball bat memo. You don't go to one team.
Happened.
Yeah, before it happened. But you always do that. You tell every team to clarify the rule if there's an issue. Because they send it out to every team doesn't mean that every team was doing it.
Boy.
There's a fallacy in your logic there.
That's why all the offensive coordinators put the play sheet over their mouth, because nobody's looking. Nobody else was doing anything. They got 6 coaches signaling in plays, so you don't know which one to watch.
And they still do it. That's just ingrained.
What, the 4 guys signaling in the same play, so you don't know which one to watch? Yeah, it's same reason third base coaches fucking go through 100 signs, because everybody's trying to steal them. But anyway.
All right. Next up, Pittsburgh -10 at Baltimore. Now, the number's big enough that I wouldn't mind this -4. It's another teaser candidate. Depending on... Well, if we're going to build a 3-team, if we find 2 other games, right? If we're going to build a 3-team teaser for our third bet, I probably like Pittsburgh -4 more than Washington +9. Just because Philly...
Yeah, Carolina, Pittsburgh, and Denver.
Yeah. But I don't think I want to bet this at 10.
See, this should be a no-brainer with what they have in Baltimore right now. Yeah, I know it's a divisional game and everything, but 10's a lot. And it's even -115.
Wow.
Which, for 10 points, that's fucking high. They're charging you 15 cents on the dollar to place a bet on the Steelers.
Laying 10. Yeah,
that's high. But I don't mind it at -4.
Yeah.
You're correct.
Because Pittsburgh still needs the win. They love beating Baltimore. They don't care who's the quarterback. It's still beating Baltimore.
Yeah, nobody can cover Antonio Brown.
They lost that Thursday night fiasco back in October to Baltimore.
Yeah, but
do you really think they want to get swept by Baltimore? I just don't see that happening.
If Roethlisberger was playing in the first game, they get beat by about 15 or 20.
Probably, but the loss is still going to rankle.
Oh, no, I know. No, I get that, but I'm just saying it's fucking night and day comparison between Roethlisberger and Vic. Okay, put this in the mix. Yeah, I like that. We could take Washington as our underdog pick then, which wouldn't be a bad thing.
No, that wouldn't be terrible. Okay. All right, next up we have San Fran +9 at Detroit. I don't want to go near it.
No, and nobody's going to watch it except Mitch.
And probably Kelly. He cheers for the Niners. Oh,
ugh, fuck. Oh, I can't talk. I cheer for the Titans, and you cheer for the Chargers. What the fuck are we talking about?
Well,
but
when the Chargers Miami
watch...
was on, I said to Shelley, we're probably 40% of the people watching this game.
Yeah, in Canada anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't know who I'm taking here. Give me Detroit. Ugh. San Francisco's defense on the road isn't as good as it is at home. And losing to Cleveland by 10 isn't giving me much confidence in San Francisco, so I got to go.
Detroit has 5 wins and they're laying 9 points. I just can't in good conscience take them. That's a lot of points for... I mean, we were just talking about Pittsburgh at 10 and Detroit at 9. I don't like it.
No, I know, but where's the Niners getting any offense from? Like, they just beat a Hall of Fame quarterback in New Orleans. And I don't know if San Francisco's offense is quite as good as New Orleans. I'm not comparing Blaine Gabbert to... I think they can get the extra 3 points against San Francisco's defense.
Yeah.
What'd they have, though? Oh, no, they lost to the fucking Rams. That fucking game we bet.
Yep.
They lost to the Rams, and they lost on that fucking Hail Mary fucking shit to Green Bay. Since they changed offensive coordinators, though, the offense has looked a fuck of a lot better.
Yeah, it has, in all facets, running and passing. Yeah, I don't know. I can't do it. Even though Cleveland just absolutely murdered the Niners at home. I might change this one by the end of the pod. All right, next up, another game off the board. Jacksonville at New Orleans.
Oh, and this is off the board because Breeze got hurt. He was having an MRI on his foot today or something, I think.
Yeah, they're saying he may have the torn plantar fasciitis. Or
fasciitis.
Fasciitis.
Don't say that around Obama. It's too close to fascist.
Okay. I wasn't even following you there. So.
I know, I heard stunned silence on the other end, so I figured I better explain it. This is going to be New Orleans. If Breeze plays, it's New Orleans by 4 or 5. I'm taking Jacksonville regardless. I think Hearns and Robinson fucking light them up.
Yeah, and from what I saw for their token resistance to the run, which wasn't even that, I like Jacksonville too. They've let me down a bit recently.
But
we'll have to see if Bortles continues to improve because he still occasionally looks just terrible.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how they stopped Hearns and Robinson. After back-to-back weeks, they put up 90 points combined, and they get 17 against Atlanta. But that's, again, a young team in a big spot, just like the Raiders. Just don't know how to handle it yet, I think, is more of the issue. So give me Jacksonville.
All right, I got Jacksonville there too. And I think it's going to be New Orleans -3. I think they'll just call it Superdome.
Yeah. I think if Breeze plays, it's 4 or 5.
Okay. Yeah, if he doesn't play, I don't think it'll go up.
No, it'd be more of a pick-em, maybe Jacksonville -1. Just because of the offense that they put up to the last 3 weeks.
Defense can't stop anyone regardless.
Yeah.
But they're not going to score as much, undoubtedly, without Breeze. All right. Next up, we have Green Bay +4.5 at Arizona.
See, this should be a no-brainer, too. We should be all over Arizona.
Nah, I still don't trust them, Boyd. Boyd, they didn't cover against Minnesota. They've lost at home to the Rams. They're
12-2.
Yeah, but they're not.
And
that
the Packers
the
can't
spread.
score. No, but the Packers can't score. The Packers can't score.
Yeah,
against a good defense. I'm just saying, in any other scenario, 12-2 versus 10-4 who can't score against a normal defense, like James Jones is their best receiver, and he looks like he's 100 out there.
Yeah, Randall Cobb has proven to be a number 2, eh?
Yeah. They were using him at fucking running back on Sunday.
Okay.
They were handing the ball off to him a few times. And not on reverses. It was actually handing the ball off. He was in the backfield.
Is that punishment?
Don't ask me why.
That's bizarre. Well, I mean, he couldn't be running much worse than Lacey did. Though Lacey's now on this cycle of good game, bad game, so he's due.
Well,
I'm taking Arizona, but I really don't want to bet this one.
all right. I'm taking Arizona too.
Okay. Next game up. St. Louis plus 13.5 at Seattle.
Well, we can't bet it. It's
No, I
fucking
can't.
too many points.
It's too many points, and I can't pick the goddamn Rams ever since we bet on them. Go against them. Anyway, they piss me off.
This is going to be another not watchable game. But I'm still taking Seattle. They've been putting up 30 a game for the last 5 weeks. I don't see the Rams really slowing them down that much. What are they playing for anymore? I guess they beat Tampa, but if Tampa puts up 23 on you at home, Seattle
this is a vengeance game. I mean, because the Rams beat them already this year.
Well, yeah.
So we'll see 3 fake punts, of which none of them will work this time.
No, the Rams stink. Fuck, who's quarterbacking him? Is Keenum in again? Oh, yeah, Seattle.
God, I hate this one.
I couldn't believe Gurley's over 1,000 yards because for about the last 4 weeks, it seems his stat line, he had one good week. And then his stat line's 49, 59. But that's all you have to average to get 1,000 yards, so.
Well, he did miss the first 4 games, too, though, didn't he?
Yeah.
So
it's not. They're what are they scared of? Watch the end around with Tavon Austin and Kenny Britt. They'll shut down Gurley, and then Keenum's fucking dead. They're no different than the Browns going in. They covered that. Give me Seattle.
Though they struggled. They didn't cover till the 4th, but I'll take Seattle at home. Next up, we have the New York Giants plus 6 at Minnesota. This one depends on tomorrow's appeal. But, you know, if Beckham...
Yeah, who are they throwing to?
Yeah, they've got
if
nobody.
Beckham's not playing. Well, the other 3 receivers Manning's thrown to combined don't have as many targets as Odell Beckham. So... what the fuck are they going to do? They don't have a running
Randall
game.
Doesn't scare me. That's one of them, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can't even think of the other ones.
And if Beckham was playing, this line would be -3.
For the Giants, you think?
No.
Oh,
no. Minnesota still be -3.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Just
yeah,
the
Beckham
home
is
field.
about 3 points, yeah. I don't hate Minnesota in this spot.
No, but you know what the Giants always, what Eli Manning always does? When you think they're fucking dead? Or what Minnesota seems to do against somewhat competent opponents recently? I don't know. We could keep it in the... What we got? We got our 3-team tees, Washington.
And then New England. Yeah, I guess New England -3 is probably... I mean, Bridgewater looked great last week, but the previous 3 weeks he sucked.
Yeah. He had the one good game in Arizona. For the year, he's had like 2 good games that you would think out of a supposedly
Adrian Peterson,
good
we
quarterback.
don't know what the ankle is like. I mean, he's really fucking tough, but... Yeah, okay. Take this one out right now.
Yeah, I would.
That said, I'm
much more
taking
confident.
Minnesota because I think their defense can stop a Giants team that has zero dimensions on offense.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm taking Minnesota too. The Giants always fucking seem to find a way to win these games when they have to under Coughlin, when they got a shot at making the playoffs. And if fucking Washington should happen to lose on Saturday, look out.
Yeah. All right, and the final game is Cincy plus 3.5 at Denver, which we've already discussed. We're going to tease.
Yeah. Yeah, so, and the reasoning is A.J. McCarron against one of the best defenses in the league. Good quarterbacks struggle against that defense. New England.
Yeah.
And I don't put that loss to the Steelers on the defense. That's on the offense for doing absolutely fuck all in the second half, and the defense being on the field for most of it.
And against arguably the best offense in football. I mean, your defense can be excellent, but as you said, if you're on the field for 25 minutes of the second half, cracks are going to show.
Well, and the offense gets in a rhythm like that, it's fucking hard to stop when you got one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now throwing to the best receiver in the league.
And a running game to keep you honest.
Yeah. Yeah, Williams can rack off 20. He's not going to bust one to the house for 80 yards, but if you don't keep 6-7 guys in the box, he's going to bust. He's going to have a big game. So the Steelers have the option now, whenever, and Roethlisberger's good enough now, whatever he sees at the line, he can adjust.
Oh, yeah, and he's seeing the whole field, too. I mean, Heath Miller doesn't do much, but he'll convert 2 third downs.
Yeah, and even Hayward Bay made a couple of catches last week, and Bryant, for first downs. So,
yeah, I agree with you.
I just can't see McCarron doing fucking anything. Like they're going to make McCarron beat him. They're going to take away the run. They'll play AJ Green man to man and make McCarron beat him. And they'll take away Bernard and Hill.
Yeah.
They'll take that out of the game because that's the only shot they have.
Like, Eifert, if he plays at a good level, would help, but I don't see it being enough here. Much as I would like to see Cincy win. So when we tease it, we're going to have Denver plus 2.5, so we'd love to see Cincy win by 1.
Yeah, that'd be nice, or 2.
Yeah,
I'll take
1 or
2
2,
even.
yeah. That said, I'm taking the home field Broncos.
Me too.
As long as Peyton doesn't continue fucking with Osweiler's head.
Well, that was more the Steelers' defense than Peyton.
Yeah, who knows? Let's just say Osweiler played better when Peyton stayed in the booth. Now that he's come down and likes to walk around, put the laser eyes on him.
All right, so for our bets, our underdog pick will be Washington, correct?
Yes.
Are we money lining that, or are we just
let's take the points.
Okay. Oh, I wish it was 2.5. We'd fucking be money lining that shit.
Yeah, at 3.
Okay.
Though.
Yeah, I know. We're taking Washington plus 3 at Philly. Our $10 bet pays $19.09. And then we're going to tease Carolina, New England. Was it no?
No. We're going to bet New England, Carolina, Pittsburgh, and Denver.
Oh yeah, Pittsburgh. Fuck. There we are. Pittsburgh and Denver. So
That's a 6-point tease.
yeah, that $10 bet pays $26. Booked. And then our last game is going to be New England -3 over the Jets. And that $10 bet pays $18.69. Booked.
All right, to recap, our straight bets this week are Washington +3 at Philly, 10 pays $19.09. New England -3 at the New York Jets, $10 pays $18.69. Then we have a 3-team 6-point tease. So we have Carolina -1, Pittsburgh -4, and Denver +2.5. We need all three of those to cash the ticket. $10 pays $26.
All right. And that was to hedge our Kansas City bet.
Yeah, a little convoluted, but
We got Kansas City to win the division. So if Kansas City wins, Denver loses, we got a good shot at cashing that. It'll pay 26 something, 26.95 or something like that. So this bet pays 26. So if Denver wins, I think they're pretty much assured the division, aren't they?
no, it'd
Well,
still
we might
come
win
down.
both.
San Diego would have to. Yeah, if
Beat
both
Denver.
win, San Diego would have to beat Denver. KC would have to beat their last opponent, and then KC wins the division on a better divisional record.
Okay. So, all right. If you want to check out our podcast, you can listen to it on iTunes or Stitcher for your Android device, on our website, offensivelines.ca. Follow us on Twitter at Offensive Lines for any updates to our blog posts or when a new podcast is available. Our personal Twitter accounts at OLinesMarlon or at OLinesBoyd. Facebook.com/Offensive Lines. And if you want to send us an email, it's offensivelines@shaw.ca. I'm Boyd.
I'm Marlon, and those are our picks for Week 16.
Degenerate fucking gambler.